Just going to just relax a sec, and I'm going to use the opportunity just to, even for me to be able to relax, not to have to rush into it, because there's nothing to rush into, just to get people just to enjoy that space. There's a lot of the time where we feel like we need to speak where we don't need to. I'm going to even give this opportunity before I even start. I'm just going to let go. I'm not going to try and formulate anything. I'm just going to hold space and go through my breath for the moment, and it allows you an opportunity just to look at me if you have to not want anything. Even now, you're sitting there thinking, waiting to hear something, waiting to get directions, listening to my voice, waiting to see where I'm going with it. But to more just concentrate on the sound of my voice, more concentrate on the feeling, because at the moment I'm not formulating anything in my head. I'm just going with an intuitive feeling. Just keep listening to my voice, the sound of my voice, the tone of my voice, the texture of my voice, the vibration and intention that's being carried through my voice. And just breathe. There's no need to force anything. There's no need to try and rid your head of any thoughts. Just completely allow yourself to feel everything. You may find it hard to relax. You may be feeling invigorated. You may be feeling stimulated. Don't question it. Don't worry about it. Just feel it, become aware of it. Feel all the senses and the nerves in your body. Allow yourself to flinch. Allow your breathing to be, you may have real short, rapid breaths. Just allow it to be. There's nothing worse than trying to stop something. Just allow it to be. So we very, very slowly change the vibration gradually from the space that you're already in. It's about you just getting used to and sitting in whatever feelings you're experiencing in your body right now. Your thoughts may be racing. Allow it to be. On a groan. Allow it to be. You may be suddenly feeling irritated. Say it if you want to say it. Fuck it. Just allow it to say it. Just be.
Happy, 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 happy news. Happy, happy, happy news.
I'm all about no repression. Just allow whatever to be. What does my voice sound like to you? I don't want to question and answer back. It's just, what does my voice sound like? You're hearing a collection of words, but they're just sounds. Just keep concentrating on my voice. Right now, there's love in the intentions. There's love behind what it is I'm wanting to do right now, and that's a feeling. That's consciousness. And you're connected to that consciousness. This screen doesn't mean anything. That love, that intention, that calmness, that clarity, that pureness of consciousness of being, You can feel that right now because you're connected to it through consciousness, through time and space. You are that. I'm just a reflection of that in you. Whatever I'm saying or putting across, you are that. So just be. And again, I am just talking. You may think, has he started yet? Started ages ago. It's just my little formula and my way of doing things, my way of getting people into a meditative state. Because it's already working, the conscious flow, the feeling is already penetrating through me. It's not what I'm saying that's important, it's the energy that's being transported and carried through the words I'm saying. That's how it works. It's what's coming through that you feel, not necessarily what's being said. It's an energy thing, and you're an energy being. Now, depending on the different people that may be watching, again, I'm going to make it tailored for you all individually, through one person, being myself. But it'll all be felt and experienced differently for all of you. What do you want to relax in your body? What do you want to work on? What do you want to feel right now? Some of you may want to just feel relaxed. Some of you may want to go on a little journey. Some of you may want to focus healing energy on a particular organ or a particular part of your body. Just know all of that is going on right now. Anything that you need right now, this energy is going towards helping that, creating that, shifting that, moving that, maneuvering that. The sound and the intention and the energy be carried in my voice may be making someone feel tingly. It may be making someone else feel relaxed. It may be making someone's arm feel relaxed. It may be doing all sorts of different things because the energy goes where the energy flows, where it needs to go for every single particular individual person who's listening to this. Let it be for what you want it for. It doesn't even matter because that's already happening anyway. That's how intelligent, infinite, intelligent consciousness is. Some of you may be feeling relaxed. Some of you may be getting a real healing sensation. Some of you may be starting to feel otherworldly sensations. Someone may even be feeling stressed. It's whatever you want it for. A meditation is just about focusing energy where the energy needs to go. Where do you want it to go? What is this for you? Now I'm just going to do some sound. I'm going to let out intuitive sounds which I feel to let out. And the very fact that you're watching this and I'm expressing these sounds to you on a conscious level, you've attracted it, you want it for whatever you want it for. Again, it may help you relax, it may help you go off on a little journey, or whatever it is you need. It may heal your DNA, your cellular body, because you're just made of atoms and energy. And this is all I'm putting across and expressing and communicating right now is a form of energy from my intuitive being. And the very fact it's intuitive, it's dipping into a collective consciousness that we're all part of. So I can only give you right now exactly what you want and need for your highest good or potential. Now I feel to let out certain sounds and tones. Don't question it, just feel it. Your mind, again, might want to question it, but don't question it, just feel it. And again, I'll say it again, Doesn't matter what I'm saying at the moment, the healing's going on. This is the meditation, the work's going on as I speak. It's flowing. The energy's flowing. I know it's happening. I can feel it. I can feel the change in my feeling my voice as I speak. I can feel the change in my body, how I feel as I'm speaking. I feel lighter. I feel tingly. Therefore, I know it's healing conscious energy which is going on at the moment. Now I'm going to start with the sound. The sound has already started. It started long ago through the sounds of my voice, the tones of my voice, not what I'm saying, the tones, the vibrations of every single syllable and vowel I'm using. They all make up what seems to be formed and interpreted as a language, but they're just vibrations that are put and stuck together to create a formulation of what you perceive as a word. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but you may not understand these words, but you'll understand them energetically. On some conscious level, you'll feel them, just as you already have been feeling them for the past 5 minutes. Regardless of what you understand, it's working anyway. This is my form of meditation for you, my expression, my gift for you. It's already happening. Different to usual meditations, but a meditation nonetheless. Iskiarmutukuashnu warnatakuana awatakawasekeyanetekuarmanakoake. Really feel into every sound and feel where you're feeling it in your body. Be aware of what it's making you feel, what it may be making you see, or it may be taking you off on a journey. Just allow it to, don't question it. Arno ua awaskarna tuku armutuku anawasheke. Do not try and understand it as a language, just feel the sounds. Mishkiarnatuku armuputuku arnataku oanaka. Enesekewe el niki arnukushkormukur. Awarnataku armamataku ushkarnataku arnataka esikia armushnarnataku. Emeketeke sekia marnatukush morbubukusha. If you want to open your eyes, you're welcome to open your eyes. If you want to join in, join in. Lauren, if you feel to join in, join in. It's join in. It's consciousness. If it moves you to want to express, and allow it to do so. If that means your body feels it wants to move in a certain way, then do that. That's your biofield wanting to manipulate the atmospheric flow of what's going on. If you feel to do that, anyone who's watching, if it makes you feel to cry, if it makes you feel to release, if it makes you feel to join in, if it makes you feel to move your body in a certain way, do so. Armotuku uarnataka armamaku ushnakawe neke ernaka awarnaka se eke anataka ornuku us namata awa ushnake se. As I said, it may sound odd, it doesn't matter, it's just sounds, it's just vibrations. Even one particular sound, ka, ka, ka. Where do you feel that? What does that make you feel like? Se, ke, umar, tuku, ushmar, mapaka, arnene, tewene, de kianam se. Release. Let it out. Quit. Feel how good it feels to let yourself move, sing, shout, scream, do, express whatever it is you want to let out.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Urmakawa arnata kuwa anata urnata urmanata ku urmanata join in. Urmutuku urmanata uanata ki urmanata.
Malakabara.
Urmanana marnata ku ushke marnata ku urnata ku urmanana burtuku uanata kawashnake. Feel how it feels.
I can feel my spine opening. My whole spine started to expand as you were doing that. It's like Falun Dafa.
Very slowly, just allow yourself. Feel how it feels. You can almost feel the magnetism in your body, and the magnetic feeling.
Oh, you can feel
You
it.
really feel into it, then allows you to move. It pulls itself into where it needs to go, and then it makes it stronger, which makes it even more obvious, which makes it pulls it even more. That it keeps emphasizing and heightening itself, and you know where to place your hand more, and it invigorates it even more. And when you're doing this, you'll feel releasements in your body. It just feels good. Your body knows exactly what you need. On that note.
What can I say? What an incredible interview and an incredible meditation. And we got to hear your stunning singing voice. So some people, if you're lucky and you go and do the sound stuff with Paul and use the bed, you might be lucky enough to get his beautiful singing voice as well.
If they want that, that's I suppose.
If they want it, yeah. So there you go. So, oh God, that was beautiful. Just very quickly. I was interviewing an incredible 5D consciousness group yesterday called Love Has Won. Love Has Won. They're incredible, these two girls. And we finished it with the word ahava. Ahava in Hebrew is love. And the same way as you've got Buddha, Brahma, Allah, Adonai, it's always this open sound, ahava. It's a beautiful word in Hebrew. Love, love. Like Wayne Dyer doesn't say love. He said we should actually pronounce it love, love.
Yeah, you can feel it, can't you, in a word when you express it.
It's an open. Everything is open. The words are open. And it's like you have just opened up the whole of my spine. I could feel all the vertebrae just, first of all, the way it started when you started singing, I went back to my Jewish roots. And in the synagogue, you had the cantor, the chazan, and they would sing like that. So I could feel it right deep down in my solar plexus and my lower stomach. And then that's what it means to me. I'm getting into the core of my feelings. And so I let that happen. And then it starts to open more and more. And then as you went along, the spine started to open up like that, stretching outwards and outwards. You know, I always get so much from all of this because it's so detoxifying. You know, everything works in me so fast. I'm like a cat. You know, if you give an animal homeopathy, they don't have any barriers. So it's the same with me. I'm so open to all these techniques and healing because there's nothing to stop it. I don't have a barrier. I don't have saying, oh, this isn't going to work. You know what I mean? So that was incredible, Paul. I need to do another interview with you. My God, you should be doing your whole show. I reckon you should do a show and on there here, we're listening every week, half an hour with Paul McDonald. I think, like, particularly while we're in lockdown, you could do your own lockdown series coming from the Positivity Center. How would you feel about
that? My little soundbar.
I think it'd be incredible. Your own, and you could put your own music. We are live still with this. You could put your own music in the background because you're writing all this stuff anyway. But, you know, half an hour, like I've got people doing half an hour, and I'm just saying, anybody, if you want to come on to Moving On TV, email me at movingontv1@gmail.com.
Just share it.
Opportunity to do your own show.
Just share it. Share
your talents, exactly. Martin does letting go in lockdown. Martin does hypnotherapy, letting go in lockdown. I have the lovely Ellen Carter. She's done books. She's done around her garden, organic vegetables. She did abundance in lockdown. I've got Jaden Darcy, Mr. Darcy. I can't wait to see his program. He's in Australia. He's doing a program, and there you go. Louise Hammond, fingers crossed, she's going to do her own Muse acting program. in the lockdown. So there you go. Now we've got Paul McDonald, and you can do a lockdown series for us.
Yeah, I'm up for it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
It's
I'll
so
do
cool.
I'll do a weekly resonation.
Yeah, weekly from the Positivity Center, whatever it is you feel. Anyway, thank you so much, Paul. What can I say? It's been an incredible interview. And you've given so much. And that's what I love about this awakening, is we're all giving so much from the heart. You know, and I'm not checking how many subscriptions, how many likes, but I do need to get to 1,000 subscriptions on Moving on TV in order to stream live now, because everything has changed with YouTube. So we need to build up. The more subscriptions we have, the more wonderful people like Paul I can bring on. Okay. So take care. Have a beautiful dinner.
Yeah.
Love to everyone, and we'll see you soon. So lots of love.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Peace.
Thanks, you, Lauren.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye. Bye.
Gornaye, 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 Gornaye. Oh, yeah,
Hi guys, welcome to A Course in Miracles by Fly by the Light of the Moon or whatever. God is my source, I cannot see apart from Him. Of course I make that. Love is my source, I cannot see apart from it. Because that's how I work with the Course. On and off, the dark is coming and then the light comes. Watch. Light, dark. Light, dark. Now what if that is a symbolism or a metaphor for the way our lives are? We get the darkness when sadness comes. Lost another friend, Roger Peace, the lovely writer of Love Conquers All, passed away. Another one has just gone, and there's been quite a lot, you know. But we can see that in different ways. That's what I'm doing now. You know, I formed that group called Let's Talk About Death, because I want to get rid of the stigma of death. I want us to be able to understand death better, like in the Eastern societies. And so seeing everything from a different point of view of love, because I love people and I love life and I love being happy, don't you? And so if you look at it that way, in the light, the source, and when the light comes, we can see everything from a different point of view. And people said to me, we grieve, but why suffer? And I think I agree with that. I don't think our loved ones would want us to suffer, you know? So that's the work I'm doing at the moment. There comes the dark, there comes the light. I'm trying to release the darkness around death. I'm trying to release the stigma around death. I'm trying to release the pain and the suffering around bereavements and offer us all a way out, you know, to not be too depressed thinking about it, to understand that perhaps we don't understand, perhaps we don't know the answers, that those who've moved on have moved on into a better space, and they've moved on and they're happy, and we're the ones that are suffering. So that's how I'm using the Course at the moment. I'm going out there to create a TV station that promotes everything to give us an easier life. You know, to do a program about death, but not about the depression of death, not about the negativity of death, of you know, every single religion used to say the same about death, that it was a positive rebirth. When it's our time to go, it's a positive thing, a rebirth. And they celebrate it when people move on. And something changed somewhere, and I'd like to know where. You know, where did suddenly the public become so depressed and bereaved and held on to that, and lives got destroyed. You know, the whole of last week I never stopped crying after Dave's death. I couldn't function. I can't even imagine what his family are going through. If I, a friend, couldn't function. So do you see what I mean? I want to be able to help people move past the pain of life. And death is one of those things that we tend to get stuck in and suffer so much, when it could be that our loved ones just want us to move on. So that's looking at the other perception, looking at love. Course in Miracles is giving us that opportunity to celebrate love, to celebrate the lives of those that have moved on, and to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to Roger Peace for giving me the beautiful Piaf musical, because he did, and I'll always remember him with so much love in my heart, because that musical changed my life. And without that musical, I don't know, it changed my life. It brought amazing people into my life and created a lot of joy. So a wonderful man, celebrating his life, celebrating the fact that he's now moved on to better things, I hope. That's all I can hope for, and that's all I can wish. The same as I can wish Dave and my father and all those people that have moved on around me anyway. So Course in Miracles, offering us a light in the darkness. Course in Miracles, explaining to us there is another perception. So when you see a sad thing today, try and see it from a different point of view. Try and see it from the light. See how can you make it lighter. and brighter for the people that are left around? How can you spread love rather than the negativity and make things darker? And that's what I intend to do. So love you lots, and I hope that your day and your evening is beautiful and that you have had a beautiful weekend. And I hope that these words that come from some source, when I bring them towards you with A Course in Miracles, really touch your hearts in a way where the dark and then the light, the dark and then the dark but then there's the light. Oh, it's back again. Anyway, try and find the light in everything, the lightness of heart, even in death. And that's not belittling anyone. From the heart, it's sending all my love to anyone who's going through grief and sadness at the moment. Love you lots, and I hope you can find solace and hope in everything. Bye guys. Hi guys, it's Lauren Hope here from Moving On TV. Do you know that a lot of mental illness and depression is caused because of lack of creativity? Because creativity is what we are. It's what we are. It's part of our breathing. You know, I've been singing since I was 6 years old, performing since I was 6 years old, and I haven't been able to get on the media. And so I got seriously depressed and seriously ill. Now it's all going to change with Moving On TV. We're creating a TV station for everyone, no matter who you are, you're unique. And I'm asking the media to put me on to perform everywhere, and particularly BBC, because we do pay your license, you know. We have a right to go on. So watch out. Woo! Woo! Wow, that's fantastic!
Yes, this is my story. I'm 92, and I'd like everybody to know what really happened during the war. But Anthony, these leaflets, they used to send over a shell every half an hour or something like that while we were on the beachhead to remind us that the Germans were still there. We were close to a casino where all the trouble was. We couldn't do anything about that. But it's in the story. My story was there, and they sent over these leaflets and upheld them. That's what they thought of us, the propaganda. And we all had a good laugh when we read it.
Why did you call it A Cat Has 9 Lives?
Why what?
Why did you call it A Cat
And,
Has 9
and-
Lives?
Ah,
Why?
right, well, because there's 9 lives, you'll see there. I've lived for 9 different occasions. I've had 9 different lives to live, and it's all on my tape.
All right.
All
Thank you.
now remember, like a pussycat is known to have 9 lives, so had I.
So you've
That's the
fallen on your
title.
feet.
Yeah.
You've fallen on your feet.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to BPD Survivor Kids, and today I'm going to talk about the moment. Now, the way to stay in the moment is very, very important. The past is history, the future is a mystery, the present is a gift. We unwrap it with glee. So staying in the moment, we're using all our senses. Okay, so how do we do this? So for example, I'm sitting and watching this beautiful green at the moment. So my visual modality is looking at that beautiful green color. And look at the trees, it's autumn. There's the most exquisite colors, you know. I mean, look at this lovely scarf. Look at the lovely colors. In the moment, I can look at these colors. I love colors. Colors keep me sane and healthy and raise my vibration. Try it, it works. If you're feeling low, get out a coloring book, start coloring, but stay in the moment. Look at those colors, enjoy them. Then use your auditory. So let's use our auditory. I can hear the birds. I can hear the wind blowing. And peace and quiet where I am at the moment. Savor that beautiful peace and quiet, because when the noise starts, then I can call on this moment. I can close my eyes and I can listen to it again and again. Or you can watch this video. Just listening to the quiet. Like, say if you've got a little girl and you're brushing her hair. Savor that moment of that connection between you and your daughter, because when she's older, she won't let you do that. So you can savor that moment. And then when you can hear the birds now, you can hear them. You know, that's what we do to stay in the moment. We use our senses, our modalities. And if you're in a space where you don't feel too good, we'll try and focus on, as I say, on something that does make you feel good in the moment. Believe me, it's not easy. I'm in a wheelchair at the moment. I've gone through toothache and God knows what and healed them all myself. But to be in the moment when you've got toothache, to be in the moment when you're in a wheelchair and you don't know, you feel like you're in limbo. When am I going to walk again? When am I going to dance again? When am I going to drive again? But I'm doing it. I'm savoring the moment. I'm savoring the beauty and the peace. Someone said to me, oh, you've got all the time in the world now to be in the moment, just to enjoy nature, just enjoy the peace, because you can't walk, you're just sitting. So there you go. So that's my little vid for today. Stay in the moment, enjoy it. Love you lots. Hope it helps. Bye. Pass it on. My name is Edith Piaf, and I refuse to wear the makeup. I want to bare my face to the audience as I would a la hair. No, I will only wear organic makeup, natural, no chemicals, because then I feel naked. Hey, waiting for it on Moving On TV. Hi, my name is Lauren Hope. I'm the founder of Moving On TV. I'm looking for organic makeup companies to come on and to promote their products and to sponsor Moving On TV. Contact me at laurene at movingontv.uk. And like Piaf, we will refuse to wear the makeup unless it's completely naked of chemicals. Thank you. Bye. Join. So I put a message out of what this is. I'm going to tag a few people. If I had the money, guys, I created today, I'd be out there, I'd get the house, I'd do it. Come on, cats. Calling the cats to come and sit with me. Right, hi there. I put a message. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you, sweetheart? I put a message on why I'm doing this. I have not got one person to hug today. Not one. I don't know how I'm going to get through the day. Staying positive, trying to take the day in chunks. I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm lonely. And I suppose that when you get to that level of life where everyone is dispersed or doing their own thing, or whatever reason, they're not here, they're at work, and you don't have a family. I just went to Hills Cafe to have some breakfast, and there was a family sitting there, you know, mum, grandma, grandkids, great, and it just breaks your heart because you got no one. And but as you know, I'm not the kind of person to sit there and mope. So I've created the Miracles Retreat, commune retreat. I haven't got a clue how I'm going to do it. If I had the money now, then I'd go out and I'd do it. I'd get a house. I'd have my own home where I could live with maybe one more person. Thank you, sweetheart. And a few cats. And then we'd live near each other. So probably about 5 minutes walk to each other. And there'd be no loneliness. Never will a human being wake up again feeling like I do today. Because that's what it is. I have nowhere to go. I have no one to go to that gets me or that wants me. And I'm not saying this to make you feel sorry for me. I'm saying it because when you feel it in here and you know that this is not how we're meant to live on this planet. We're tribal. And what happens when the rent is gone? What happens? Excuse me. What happens when the £900 you've paid for the rent is all you earn. I earn £450 a month. At the moment, I haven't been able to get any more. So your partner or your husband or whatever pays the rent. And then what happens when it's gone? You drive around in a car that splutters everywhere because you can't afford to pay the loony bin amounts to fix an exhaust. Because they're taking everything from us in rent. And you live in a one bedroom on top of each other and your marriage breaks up. I mean, everything goes because we need space and there's no garden. And so everything comes from somewhere. You know, there's a reason why people go out and they do what they do. They either want to make sure their children are safe and they want a good future for their children. Well, guess what? Some of you have children if you're renting. Some of you who have children, if you are renting, the landlords may not want your child soon. I'm not joking. Something is terribly, terribly wrong. And so I don't want to focus on what's wrong. Everything is wrong in this country. 1 in 200 people are homeless. We know this. If we don't do something soon and create more communes and get together and take back our power, we'll be homeless. Why not? Are you bringing in 30,000 a year? Are you self-employed? Are you not bringing in 30,000? Are you self-employed? Because if you're self-employed, the majority of estate agents will not take you on, okay? This is from 2 years of experience. If you have cats or dogs or rabbits or even a goldfish, you'll have to give them up. If you have children, your chances of renting now are gone down 50%. If you are self-employed and you don't make 30,000 a year, your chances of rental are gone down to 0. I'm not joking. They will not accept guarantors. Exactly, Elizabeth. They will not accept children. Wake up. They will not accept children, right? Wake up. I'm not talking about cats and dogs. They will not accept children. Pass that message on. You are being penalized if you have a child now. Never mind a cat or a dog. Thank you, Elizabeth. Do you rent? Marriages are breaking up. People are giving up their pets and having serious mental breakdowns. Children, they will not accept children. Wake up. I have never been as serious. Well, Elizabeth, you should come along to the meeting. Thing is, there's not a lot of room at the moment, but we need to find somewhere to have a bigger meeting. The meeting is on the 9th of March, the original meeting. I will put this in here. 9th of March, 11 a.m. Bourne End. It's Roman Way. It's the Red Kite building. The thing is, we will have to be in the garden. If too many people turn up. So text me so we can organize another meeting. Okay? They will not accept children. This is how it's going, okay? Text me, because the meeting on the 9th, we can only have about 5 people. It's not big enough. In that meeting, I'm going to put some facts forward of what we're dealing with in this country. If you're over 50, when you get to be elderly, you're fucked. Sorry, but you won't have anywhere. Unless you could pay £1,000 a week to go into a residential home. This originally comes from anger of how we are being treated. How dare they not accept children? I mean, how dare they not accept our animals? But how dare they not accept children? Communes will not accept children and animals. The Miracle Retreat 24-hour hug is about everybody. Everybody. We all live together like on a kibbutz. We have our own little spaces, whether they're yurts, caravans, or we get a piece of land together. We have a house. I want to live in a house, but some of you women do not care about living in a house. But, you know, the house will be big enough maybe to have maybe 1, 2 families living in, I expect, because we all need space as well. But around it, once we get one house, you can build tiny houses. You know, those little tiny houses, big enough for our families. And our pets are free. We're free. No 5G, and there will be a marquee in the middle. And the marquee will be singing and dancing and eating together and hug at 20. Can you imagine? Oh my God, you get up today, Elizabeth, and you are stressed, sweetheart, and you've got no one to hug. You know what I mean? You can't hug anyone. I can't hug anyone. I've got nowhere to go today. Nowhere to hug anyone. Nowhere. And so you have to hug yourself. That's the way this country has gone. So what I'm saying is, it's up to us to do this together. I have come backwards and forwards with this idea. And I have a tiny bit of money, not a lot, but I believe that 3 or 4 of us put it together, we could lease a piece of land and an old house. And then we will find a spiritual builder or someone to help us and teach us, and we will renovate the house, put in heating, paint it. You know, I have a friend, they bought an old vicarage in Wales and they built it themselves. They built it, they renovated it. This is not how I'm going to end my life, in a 1-bedroom that belongs to someone else, waiting for someone to give me a proper home. When I mean end my life, I mean live here till I'm 100. Well, it's not going to happen. Within a year or 2, I'll have to move again. And then when I move again, I'm going to have to move again. And they want all my savings. They want my savings on deposits. You know, this is not on. This is one step further from Paul and Cecil's Positivity Center, because we live there. No 5G. We could be vegans if we want. I'd say veganism would be good inside the center, but do whatever you want in your own house. It's none of my business. None of my business. But I'd say the image is that in the center, when people come to eat in the marquee, we create a vegan atmosphere. That's my opinion. I'm practically vegan. A lot of us are practically vegan. But sometimes, you know, there are people that need a bit of meat. I'm just going to invite a few more people. Julia. Hey, people are living with children. They will not accept them in rental. You need to wake up, guys. Unless this system crashes and crashes in a big way, where bartering becomes the way we're going to live, you're not going to be able to rent if you have children. You're going to be living in bed and breakfast. Your children are going to be moved around like pieces of baggage, like people were moved around like the wandering Jews that I came from. So this is the plan. The meeting, the first meeting is the 9th of March. People power, come together, bring your dreams. We're not competing with anyone. Cecile is totally supportive of this. We're not competing with anyone. I think people know that if they have children in this country, they're going to struggle in the future unless we pick ourselves up and we do something about it. It comes from intense grief and loneliness. It comes from not having one human being on the whole planet to hug today, physically. It comes from not having enough work to sustain myself. It comes from the whole of the salary going to a landlord and nothing left to fix the car and nothing less to buy clothes or food or whatever. That's where it's coming from. Depression, mental illness, which I don't believe in, as you know, is caused by loneliness. Loneliness, intense loneliness. Elizabeth, Jessie from the Red Lion said we could meet there. We can meet at the Red Lion, okay? The Red Lion. Burnham are happy for us to meet. So essentially, we're going to meet in Roman Way on Monday at 11 a.m. And hopefully the weather will be nice, so we'll be able to sit in the garden because we can only have about 5 people in the house. It's not big enough. However, the next meeting will be in the Red Lion in Burnham. Elizabeth, you know where that is. I will plan a meeting, well, to follow on from the first one. And I will do minutes and send them out. If I won the lottery now, I'd have my house, but I'd have all the star seeds that want to be there with me. Because in order to stop this mental health thing, to stop the depression, to make sure that we've all got each other, to help hold each other's hands through this chaos. You know, we'll have spaces where you can meditate, like silent meditations. There will be all sorts of things going on. That's the plan anyway. And of course, theatre. Theatre, singing, acting, people will be able to do what they love and not worry about the money because it will be all bartered. If you can't afford to pay for the space, then it will be done on a 50%, you know, you will split it. We split it, ticket sales. So you don't have to worry about anything. If you don't get anyone, you don't get anyone. But you got to barter something. You got to barter your talents. And anyway, people can earn money if they want to, because the general public will be coming in and they will be using your services and they will be paying you. You know, therapists, coaches, all of us, we've all got so much to offer, but I can't get any work anymore. Some people are working non-stop. Some of us aren't working at all. This will all be shared. Whatever people make, it will be their job to make sure that we all survive together. And homeless people that don't have anything, they will be able to come and get reflexology, but they'll have to barter in some way. They'll have to bring their talents, their creativity. Now, people will not necessarily live in the commune. They don't have to. Someone said to me, what if you can't hug? What if you can't hug? Does that mean you can't be part of the commune? Well, I said, well, you can't live there. How can you live there if you can't hug? If you can't hug, then there's something that you need to work on. So go and work on that and then come back, because the hug is natural. A hug a day keeps the doctor away. But you can come and work there. You can come and be part of bartering, or you can come and get therapies and get to the level where you know, why can't a person hug? They need help. If a person is so closed off to the point where they can't hug themselves first. Let's have a hug, Elizabeth. Big hug. If they can't hug themselves, actually there's one more I need to invite Magda. Hang on, Magda. Magda, there you are, sweetheart. Right. Hug yourselves first. Let's have a massive hug. Isaac Happy, put this to his heart and we do a universal hug. Oh, I love you guys so much, and I don't want to see anybody unhappy, depressed, or lonely. And that's why I'm doing this. It gets to a time in your life when you think, I want to wake up in my beautiful home, have my beautiful breakfast with beautiful people that I love. Well, I'm not very good in the morning. I'd say that to you now. It's best not to talk to me, but I will hug, or I'll go off on my own, you know, just to meditate, and then I'll come back. Oh God, it hurts not having this. It's like, I grew up in Israel, you know, and when my mother died, everyone came in with food and hugs and took care of my father. They took care of my father. He was never alone. You know, like imagine there's no country it isn't hard to do. So we all have our own country. We have our own country. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. We have our own religions. It doesn't matter. We have whatever religion we want, but we're all part of each other. And love is our religion. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Ooh, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. It's easy if you can. No need for fear or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people living, sharing all the world. You may say, I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you join us, and the world will be as one. I'm an empath. I feel the pain of every human who's depressed, who's been hurt, who's homeless, who doesn't have a warm meal today. I'm lucky I have a hot meal. I'm in a home where there's heating. I have my 2 beautiful cats today. I have a bed to lie on because I'm tired if I want to go to sleep. I have Facebook to connect to the whole world with. It's okay to feel low. We're in chaos. We're in Mercury retrograde. Knock on someone's door. If you give them a hug, you'll feel better. There's no one here. No one here. They're all in their little groups, their little families, their little clusters. What I'm saying to you is, if you are lonely and you don't have that cluster, you don't have that support system, what happens when you want a bit of peace? What happens when you want to meditate? What happens when you want to go dancing? I can go dancing. I can go tap dancing, ballet. Tomorrow I'm going to do ballet, beginners again. I can do it because I don't have to worry about anybody looking after my animals because they're safer in the house. But what if I had children? Who would look after my children? If I didn't have a mom, or I didn't have an aunt, or I didn't have friends that would look after my child. In the kibbutz, you had a kind of like a creche. We'd have a creche. We'd have someone looking after the kids together. And we could meditate. We could find ourselves. What about these parents that are filled with frustration and unhappiness, and they have nowhere to vent? We would have the space, the marquee, for them to go and vent. So it's safe. The whole point is, you've got to be real. You can't be a good parent if you're not happy. And how can you be happy if you're not living the life you want to live? Everything's collapsing, you know, like the tarot. All our towers are collapsing. Our marriages, our relationships, everything is breaking up around us. The world is breaking up. We're all breaking up. Things are going. Society is changing. People are leaving. People are dying. People are getting depressed. The tower moments are happening, like tarot cards. Relationships, divorce, separations, we're growing in different directions. But that's because of the way the world that we created a mess. And now I'm saying we could create some beauty. We could create some beauty. So if you love someone, like you don't have any space to breathe in a one bedroom, so your marriage is gone. If you had more space, you could thrive. That's what I'm talking about. If you're screaming your head off at your children or not at your children, you're screaming inside to the point where you'll get cancer. You need a space to go and be with adults and hug those adults and talk. Guys, if you can't do that at the moment, and until we've got this commune, this is a number I'm going to give you, 116123. That is the Samaritans. The Samaritans will hold you. The Samaritans are the only people I can call today. They will hold you in your loneliness, in your grief, in your panic. What are you not doing? Why are you unhappy? When I'm unhappy, I do a Facebook Live. And I tell you about hope, like my name. I tell you that there is hope. Or I can go and volunteer to my job. And you know what someone said the other day? You're the only one who loves us. At my work. One of the residents said, you're the only one who loves us. Because I give 100%. So what can you do today to find that little bit of happiness? I'm calling you all together with your skills and your talents and your strengths. Look, it's not going to be a piece of cake, or maybe it will be a piece of cake. Maybe we will just get this incredible philanthropist to say, there you go, there's a piece of land, there's a house. Maybe it's in Scotland, £5,000 to lease a piece of land. I have that money. In Scotland, you can lease a piece of land for £5,000. Maybe with an old house. I have that money. Will you follow me to Scotland? I don't want to go to Scotland. We need it here. What if 4 of us came together with £5,000 each? That's £20,000. You can lease a piece of land and a piece of a house that we renovate, or an old pub for £20,000 4 of us come together and we build our home like the Waltons used to build their homes. We have space from each other because God knows I'm mad. Not mad, but I need my space. We all need space. 4 people can live in a big enough house with our pets and our children. A family. A family, guys. A family. And when we can't take it, we go into the marquee and we yell and we scream. Instead of fighting, we find the bit in the middle. And if we fall out, because we're all different, we all come from different backgrounds, we all come from so many different beliefs and values, we try to find the bit in the middle. That's the answer to peace in the world. We find the bit in the middle. You fall out with your loved ones, you fall out with friends, because we're all having our tower moments. We're all collapsing. Everything is collapsing. Beautiful friends have abandoned us. I've been kicked out from, I've been thrown away by friends because we're all having our tarot moments. But is that the right way to live? Should we throw away the people that love us? No, I don't believe that. If you're in pain, take your space, but be kind, be respectful, be compassionate. Go inside and try to figure out why your relationship has broken up. What can you do? Have you apologized? It's a bit like the 12 steps. Take responsibility. I am. I'm taking responsibility for the things I've done wrong. I'm saying I'm sorry. It's step 8 in the 12 steps. When you realize that you've done something wrong, then you can apologize. A lot of people don't realize that. You know, I had a friend, we were friends for God knows, about 15 years. One day we went on a retreat and I introduced another friend and said, this is my best friend, Aunt Sarah. And that was the end of the other friendship. She was jealous. She said, how could you introduce Aunt Sarah as your best friend when we've been friends for 15 years? And I thought, okay, man, yeah, maybe that was hurtful. I'm sorry. And I apologized. Yeah, you're also my best friend. What are we, 2 years old? Life is too short, guys. And I contacted her and I said, can we talk? I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I'm a human. I'm a human. I'm a spirit having a human experience. For fuck's sake, I have mistakes. Sorry if there are children watching. I make mistakes. And people get hurt. And I'm sorry of my heart. Sweet, gentle humans have got hurt because I'm a powerful woman sometimes and I don't know when to stop. But one thing that has come out of all of this pain is an intense love for everybody. Everyone who has hurt me, I love you so much and I'm there for you. My heart and my door is open if you want my heart. And I hug you, even if you're not there physically. I hug you all the time. I hug everyone. 24 hours a day. I'm the right person to go out and create this commune. Because I know